Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Night Football on RZSN. I am Brainiac, sitting here with my lovely color commentator, Kingle, who is fresh off of getting another ass beating. Just to rub that one in for you. Sorry, buddy. But
hate to see it, bail.
we have a good one on tap. We've got the Chiefs and the Titans. Kansas City on basically back-to-back Sunday night games because I have been MIA for personal reasons for the last couple of weeks. But we're back. We've got Sunday night, the Chiefs going to Tennessee to take on the Titans in what I suspect should be a really good matchup. The Titans have one of, if not the best, run offense. I think they are ranked right now at second, but still I would say that they probably have one of the best offenses, especially with that 1-2 punch that they have of Derrick Henry and Mostert, and don't forget they still have Matt Breida there too. But Kansas City,
That's some cheese god shit right there.
agreed. But Kansas City also has a top 10 defense, including a really good run defense that has most of those numbers have been more relied on the fact that they have a really good ball control offense. Ironically enough, their passing yards are kind of middle range, but that's because their run numbers are so off the charts. I think they're up there with Tennessee in the top 10 for rushing yards, as well as having I think it's top 5 in points per game, but I may be wrong on that. It's at least top 10. But teams about to be coming out of the tunnel, so as that is getting queued up, I want to hear from you. What are your predictions for this game?
I honestly predict that I see Patrick Mahomes throw an interception against that Titans defense, uh, but only for the sole purpose that I feel like that Titans defensive line is gonna put the work on that Chiefs offensive line, and it's gonna force the Chiefs into a lot of unforced errors. But I really do think this is gonna be a running game through and through. I think both of these teams can easily see their running backs combined for about 30 carries this game. On both sides. So a total of 60 between both teams. And that sounds like, some crazy, crazy number. But both of these teams right now, by their users, are built for the run. So Titans, of course, Derrick Henry, Raheem Mostert, the cheese speed god, returning to his most favorite coveted user in the league. And then, the Chiefs going ahead and using Edwards-Helaire. And I think they signed somebody in the offseason, but I'm not sure who the hell it is, to be honest. Which is Cordell Patterson, because apparently Patterson is the best run blocked running back in the entire league. But really, it's going to be a running game. But when they start passing, I won't be surprised to see interceptions.
Yeah, and it looks like we might have a bit of an issue. We might have had did we have a lag out?
From what I was seeing on the stream, that at least it looks still up to me. No, they loaded in, at least on my screen now.
Yeah, they are in. I wanted to make sure of that before we got into anything, but kick is away as Kansas City's going to get the ball to start this game. And honestly, I did talk to Andy Reid before the game. He did say he wanted to try and uncork Tyreek Hill because they've had a problem with that, never really being able to get Reek the ball in very big gain situations. He wants to try and uncork the offense, but at the same time not make the big mistakes, so I'd want to keep an eye on that. But first drive, I wouldn't expect too much. Probably stick to the script for the first drive. As Mahomes drops back, right on cue, he's got Tyreek. He doesn't go for it and almost gets a pick. Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, see that right there? I saw Tyreek spooch. The moment Tyreek started crossing past with that cornerback, I knew he was blue by.
Oh, yeah, and there was no safety. There was no safety. He just I think he just read that and thought that the corner was going to be there all the way and never really read it later on. I don't know why.
See, what this user needs to understand is the moment Tyreek Hill has a single step, even a half a step, even right next to a defender, he's gone. There's not a single cornerback or safety that's going to catch up with him if there's nobody over the top of him.
Yeah, that's a big oof. Also, speaking of oof, this looks like we're gonna have it again. Oh, he did not have time to uncork that one, but he does have Travis Kelce, who is another favorite target here in Kansas City, who will run out of bounds at the 43.
That's a nice little dump off pass to his tight end there. Definitely didn't have the time to throw that bomb to Tyreek. Still would have loved to see him take the shot. I think Mahomes' arm would have at least thrown it way down the ways.
Oh yeah,
But
I would have
that's
loved
just
to
me.
see it, but at the same time, perfectly fine with not seeing it. Like, you want to see him uncork it, but there was no time. Hargrave came through pretty quickly. As this time, we'll be seeing a run play with Patterson. He bounces it outside, got some good running room, and oh man, just one man to beat, but he's gonna run out of bounds anyway. Pretty easy first down there.
No, that was an incredibly easy first down. The moment I saw Cordella Patterson break that off, I really thought he might have taken it to the house. Don't like him running out of bounds there. Could have made more with it. But hey, first down, ball to 45. Offense is moving at the early parts of this game, trying to set the tone for what should be a good one.
Yeah, I'm okay with not wanting to take the risk and not taking the hit. Would have liked to see him try to make a guy miss, but it's okay. Mahomes drops back. Oh, man. Okay, he does have Tyreek. I was about to say somehow Tyreek is covered, but he's not. He did finally get away from Fulton, and he gets the first down. As Tyreek Hill with the 16-yard first down reception.
That was a nice little run by Fulton with him, making Mahomes second-guess that. I would have thrown that sooner, maybe even a low pass, and just kind of let Tyreek continue to run because that was a lot of time in the pocket for Mahomes.
Yeah, whenever you get that long, you might as well just let it go, but here we go, 1st and 10 from the 29. Edwards-Helaire in the backfield, just two wide receivers, kind of surprising, but Edwards-Helaire gets the ball. He gets man, goodness. He gets the freest 11 yards that you're ever going to get as a running back.
Yeah, these holes are massive.
Massive. I believe that the offensive line or the defensive line forgot to take their plug out. 1st and 10 from the 19. And he was trying to go to the flat, and for whatever reason, Patrick Mahomes decided to shovel past that off of his running back. That's one that Andy Reid's not going to be happy about.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on the plug comment. Did you just say they had butt plugs?
Can neither confirm nor deny.
Oh my god. Hey, we're starting early. Okay. Let me fucking take the crust and saltiness out of my fucking eyes as I'm mad.
Got back, Hargrave dumps just goes for a jog, and that's a switch. That's a switch, right?
Yeah, that's a switch.
The bad thing is he didn't need to, but I'm gonna go back on my phone and double check that to make sure he didn't just hit on the tap, but that 100% looks like a switch to me.
No, that is 1,000% a switch. He switches balls in the air.
Oh yeah, that's a switch. That's a switch.
Yep. Ooh, all right. So we're. Is that a touchdown? Is that automatic?
Okay,
point?
They're gonna give him a first down. So he's gonna get a free first instead of a free touchdown. I will agree that it shouldn't be a free touchdown because,
that was covered.
That was covered. Like, I know it was in the end zone, but it was definitely covered. Just get the first and then go down.
I forget some users don't know how to go down. That was an unnecessary hit.
He did not know how to go down. Or run out of bounds. If you don't know how to go down, run out of bounds.
Yeah, you don't need to be taking hits, especially not
Yeah,
with,
don't just
your
sit there
best
and
wide
take the
receiver.
hit. Don't just sit there and take the hit, because what happens if you fumble?
Or even worse, what happens if you get injured?
Yeah, just to run out of bounds. So first
Oh
and goal
man.
from the 8 after the free first down on the accidental switch. Carlos was even in there saying that it was an accident, but yeah, he did play in TFGO to start the day. He either slaughtered or got slaughtered by TCG. I forget what happened exactly. It was a slaughter on one side as Mahomes drops back. Nobody covering Mecole Hardman, and they almost carry him in, but he's going to be down at the 1.
Yeah, I don't know who that back cornerback was, but that cornerback definitely has some point shaving, accusations in the background going on because that man really wanted him to get that touchdown. I don't even know if I said that right. I'm tired, guys. I worked two doubles back to back yesterday.
What
uh,
time do y'all open? Because I know you don't get out
so
until like 3 whenever you close.
yep. I have to be there at 10:30, 10 a.m.
That's
Some
highly
days.
illegal
What was illegal?
to go from 3 to 10:30.
Oh yeah, no. So it's 10:30 in the morning on a Saturday, all the way up until like 3 a.m. That same day, and then coming back in at 11 the next day to
Still illegal.
close at like
Oh,
we
11
close at
p.m.
midnight on a Sunday. No, 11 a.m. So come in. So you come in at 10:30 a.m. one day, and you leave 2 a.m. Two no, not 2 a.m. like 2:30 3 a.m. You come back in that same day, the same like little sleep time, 11 a.m. and then you leave at like midnight
Okay,
or
yeah,
like
if
1
you
a.m.
clock out at 3, then you are legally allowed to come back at 11. They're literally just hitting it. But third and
Oh,
goal.
we out here.
Gonna see Mecole Hardman go in motion. It's gonna be a toss to him. Oh, Hardman gets stripped up by Hargraves. Hargrave has had a really good first drive. He's gotten through a few times. Uh, Forced Mahomes to throw it pretty early, but Hargraves gets off and saves what would have been a touchdown because Mecole Hardman had a cut-in lane.
Yeah, no, he had a good couple of lanes. Hargrave, that user right now is just absolutely wrecking that offensive line. Maybe you see a double team on him eventually sometime down the way in this game to kind of just give them even a second more. But until then, I also don't know how he made that tackle. Again, guys, diving like that, absolutely cheese. No reason it should be that effective.
Says the guy that dives all the time.
Oh, 1000%. And that's why I dive all the time. That shit's cheese. Come on, yo. It's like the swerve. You got to learn how to swerve if you're going to beat the swerve. Cheese, maybe. Realistic, always. Always, my loves.
No. Uh, Realistic, blowing leads, yes. First
I
and
should have
10.
kicked the field goal.
Yeah. First and 10 here from the 21. They're going to give it to Derrick Henry, who, yeah, that's a very easy 5 yards.
I really thought it was going to be more. I thought Derrick Henry was about to blow through that man. I think that's William Gay, but that should have been a cool little 10-yard gain. Cool little 10 yards. I mean, it's Derrick Henry. Now we see Cheese God himself, number 30, Raheem Mostert.
And Raheem Mostert checks in, and they have honestly split the backfield pretty well, but they are going to drop back to pass. He's got his tight end. That's going to be Bush, who, yeah, nobody covering him up the middle. Don't know what they
Yeah.
were doing, but they were not ready for that tight end route.
Yeah, that user kind of just stood in his little zone, just had no movement whatsoever, and just got dotted right off the top of his head.
Yeah, I don't think he watched the Giants game earlier today because that user played exactly like the linebackers. They're playing right up on the line, and while that can work if you have one other guy playing a little bit deeper, that's not going to work right there because nobody is covering the deep middle of the field. I guess he was just expecting a drag route, which the drag route did come, but he didn't run with the drag route either. So I don't know. I'm gonna stop trying to get inside the mind of of the diddler because that's a rabbit hole I don't want to go down.
Yeah, no, I think you
Second
go
and
insane before you
4.
be able to understand
Derrick
that, man.
Henry around the left side, and yeah, nobody ready for that. Another thing that people are not really all that used to seeing, whenever Derrick Henry bounces it outside and he gets ahead of steam, this is a big man coming downhill. He's fast. He's a lot faster than people give him credit for. He's not really fast in the backfield like some of your more shifty backs, but once you get him out into space, he hits another gear.
Oh no, absolutely. And see, the thing is, the reason he doesn't feel that fast is
Ooh.
because of how big that man is.
Yeah,
And wow, I just
yeah,
saw that right now.
yeah,
That hurt.
yeah. Uh, Bush is lucky that the DB didn't come in and pick that off, but just the fact that he was there, I think, kind of made it hard for Bush to track the ball because it gets knocked away. Not sure who that was in coverage, whether it was Bolton or Gay, but Mostert gets his first carry now, and actually, that's his second carry. I'm sorry, but pretty easy fashion. Nice, easy 8 yards. And again, just splitting carries perfectly, 2 and 2 already on this first drive. Actually, it might have been 3. It might have been 3 and 2. But that's the biggest. That's the biggest thing with this rushing attack. Having both of them, you almost always have fresh legs. And a fresh-legged Derrick Henry is something that nobody wants to deal with.
Hell no, you want him to get worn down, have those 30 carries, just absolutely exhausted and not beating you like he's beating you right now. Woo!
Yeah, just not ready at all for this power run game. And this is what has gotten them all the way down here. Everyone talks about the fact that they love their stretch runs. They love their stretch runs. They don't really call it's a much more power run attack than you see stretch attack. They do love to get out their stretch runs every now and again, but it's more often than not a lot of power running than anything else. You see Sternberger sprint out wide, and right on cue, we're going to see a stretch, and they are ready for it. Frank Clark said, yeah, you're not getting outside of me this time. Probably should have kept Sternberger in to block him. And Sternberger instead went to kind of chip the linebacker, which would have worked had Frank Clark not been ready for it all the way, and Bush just not able to hold on to him one-on-one.
See, that defensive line in Kansas City is loaded. I mean, Chris Jones speaks for himself. He's Chris Jones. He is arguably, if not the best. No, sorry. He is arguably, if not the second best interior defensive lineman in the entirety of the league. That title is reserved and will always be reserved for Aaron Donald.
Aaron
God
Donald,
himself.
yes. Aaron Donald, I think you can make a case for Chris Jones and maybe even Kenny Clark behind it, but both are very good interior guys. But I think number one is very easily number 99, who is, unfortunately for the Rams, out for a sizable amount of time, at least 3 to 4 weeks. But again, your ground and pound clock management offense is right here. Just our second drive, and we're just now about to hit the red zone. 3rd and 10 as we go to the end of the first. 3-0 Kansas City, but this could very well be 3-3, if not a possible 7-3 lead, and we're already going to have a false start. The right tackle jumps, make it a 3rd and long, a 3rd and even longer.
Yeah, those mishaps like that, like I know users are hot routing and offensive line adjusting, Mike IDing, whatever it is.
Oh, a bad pass, and Tyrann Mathieu is right there. Honey Badger all over that, was trying to force it to A.J. Brown, and completely bracketed. Mathieu jumps on it, and he picks it off pretty easily. I don't even think he saw Mathieu, but even if Mathieu doesn't pick that, Fenton is all over A.J. Brown. Big mistake by the Tennessee offense.
Yeah, that right there. How can you forget about the Honey Badger? You always have to account for him on a defense that includes Chris Jones, Frank Clark, and I think one of the Fuller brothers is still there, unless I'm smoking hot shit right now.
I may be wrong about that, but we're going to see a pretty quick hitter here to Mecole Hardman, who's going to get get them out of the shadow of their own goal line and up into the 35. And to make matters worse, they had, I believe, 8 guys in coverage. They only rushed 3. And still, you get a man wide open.
I think, I mean, yes, he got the first down there. Wide open pass to Miko Hardman. I think the main problem of him using Tyreek is that Tyreek is only ever on the boundaries. He never has Tyreek come out the slot and
Every
run
now and
around.
again, they'll come into the slot or flip, but because he is running that Kansas City book, which does that uh, in general. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's very hard Edwards-Helaire, pretty easy running again. This offensive line doing a great job so far.
Hey, those pulls are doing real good on grabbing, the second level defenders there, hitting that linebacker, moving up to the safeties. They're moving. Both teams are moving through the ground game right now.
And the only downside is Kansas City can go to the air. Tennessee, when they try to go to the air, it has been very boom or bust. They had the one big play to Bush, but then you have Bush drop a pass as Cordero Patterson picks his way apart up to the 37-yard line. Something that never gets talked about, just changing your pace. Not sprinting all the time. Like, everyone wants to just go fast and think, oh, let me just out sprint the next guy. It is very devastating whenever you overestimate someone's speed. A very slow guy, a lot of people will just run right in front of him thinking that there's going to be speed there, and there's just not. A slow tight end can be a sneaky threat, especially when you give
Yeah,
him the
see,
ball in space. And Edwards-Helaire with the great animation on the first down run to only get 1 yard. I hate that animation. I hate that
yeah,
animation.
that animation pisses me off. That and the tripping animation where there's a guy on the floor and they attempt to jump over them, but they just fall. Like gravity just basically grabs their head and tosses it into the ground. Those
Yeah.
two animations upset me.
Yeah. Big oofs there. But 2nd and 9. Got the wind going with you now as you're in the second quarter. So worst case scenario, Butker should be in field goal range. We're going to see a play action call here. I was about to say he's got Miko Hardman wide open on the left side. Well, that's going to be an easy first down.
Yeah,
For
that
whatever
safety
reason,
was.
both coverage guys thought that they were going to be on the running back on the left side. Nobody is there, so the safety has to cover both Tyreek Hill and Miko Hardman. I don't care how good you are, that's a really tough task to have to cover 2 of the fastest wide receivers in the NFL. Give to the left side, this is Helaire, and he's going nowhere fast.
That was a good stand up after letting up the big shot play that Tennessee did. Good way to refocus themselves, get their defense back on the right track, and hopefully bend instead of absolutely break here and let up a touchdown.
Yeah, this would be catastrophic if your defense makes a goal line stand, force a field goal just for your offense to go down, throw a pick on the end line, and then end up giving a touchdown on the other side. He's got Kelsey. He doesn't go to Kelsey. I don't know if he just wasn't looking Kelsey's way there late in the play or what, but he had Kelsey open towards the end. Pressure was there, so I don't know if he would have had enough time to get it out, but Kelsey one-on-one towards the back right corner of the end zone would have been there. I trust Travis Kelsey more than just about anyone to go up and get a pass like that. He's one of your best guys
Definitely.
to do that, but that's just me. So now 3rd and 9 can get a first down at the 1 yard line, but it's going to be a tall order. Really want to just go ahead and run this into the end zone. You don't want to have to risk just getting a first. He's got Tyreek underneath. He's going to go that way. Got to make a man miss. Can't do it. Good coverage there by the linebacker. Yeah, White just barely able to keep him in front of him, not let him get past. And they're going to force Butker to have to kick another red zone field goal. So the only upside right now, if you're Tennessee, your offense moved the ball well, but made one really crucial mistake on 3rd and long. Should have just taken your 3 to tie it up. Instead, you give up the pick. On the bright side, your defense stands tall, only gives up a field goal, and so 2 drives that very well could have you down 14-0 early. Still, you're within a touchdown.
Yeah. I don't want to say these are empty drives because, I mean, points are points, right? Points can swing the way the game, flows in your direction. But with both field goals coming from less than, 10, 15, 20 yards, I forget how many yards it is. Essentially, they were kicking well within
Oh
the
my
red zone.
goodness. How do you forget about A.J.
Wow.
Brown? You just bracketed him to get the pick, and then you just give up a free midfield pass.
Hey, those are those PA shot posts. Those cheesy ass play action passes.
Well,
That's all I gotta say.
that one took a long time to develop, so it was more so on the offensive line doing a really good job of keeping the D line at bay, despite having Chris Jones and Frank Clark there. But still, just nobody covers the big man. Speaking of a big man, a big hit. Tyrann Mathieu comes in and lays the boom down on Bush. Tried to knock that one out, doesn't do so, but still, that's going to be one that Bush is going to remember for quite some time.
Oh, hell yeah, he is. And honestly, I wish I saw a fumble there. I really did. That man really just laid him out and called him a bitch after he pointed at him.
Back to pass. He's got Julio. You forget about Julio, but Tannehill can't throw it, so that's why you forget about Julio.
Oh, man. Honestly, I forgot about Julio. I did not know Julio Jones was on this Titans team still. I would have thought he retired by now. I'll be honest. I'm going to be 100% honest.
He's old, but he's not that old.
Hey, Madden's weird with retiring, Vince, all right?
True, but if you need... All right. I may be wrong. He's only, 1 year younger than Demaryius Thomas, right?
I think you are right, actually. I think about it.
So I think he's only 33 this year. So that's not really retirement age. Usually you don't see wide receivers retire, especially elite wide receivers that are going to be up there in the 90s. You don't see them retire until they're normally about 35, 36. Ooh. Also because I did bring him up, rest in peace.
Oh, no, definitely rest in peace.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not even a huge Broncos fan, but I was really devastated whenever I heard that news.
That man used to live to cook the Raiders. He just straight flamed them.
He's only 10 years older than me. He was 33. That's crazy. T's and P's, but 2nd and 4, nobody. Oh, it looked like Julio was going to be open, but that pass took way too long to get there. That's a product of Tannehill's noodle arm. That's twice now that he has missed a very open Julio Jones.
Yeah,
twice, and it's not because he hasn't thrown at him. He has thrown at him, and he's missed.
I think that pass actually hit Julio in the hands. I think Julio dropped it. I think that's just what happened.
Yeah, a bit of a same thing that happened to... I think you're ahead of me if that happens. Derrick Henry, how... It's 3rd and 4. This is basically a running down for Tennessee. Why are you coming out with 3 down linemen?
Well, not only that, and I have all respect for the Honey Badger, of course, but there's no way that man is tackling Derrick Henry like that. There's no way. You could not convince me.
1st and 10 now from the 27 as we are about a play or two out of the 2-minute warning. A.J. Brown over the middle, and he's going to fight his way up into the red zone to the 16. That should be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
They call a play, but yeah, clock run off. That's 2-minute warning.
Yeah, that's going to be the 2-minute warning. 6-0 your score here. If we see nothing but field goals in this first half.
Brain, it's a change of pace from us having to watch blowout after blowout after blowout after blowout. So I'll fucking take a game that comes down to fucking 6 field goals combined.
I mean,
I'll take it.
we already saw a game that was nothing but field goals earlier, as Kansas City's going to have to call a timeout. Didn't have a good play called there coming out of the 2-minute warning. You hate to call a timeout whenever there's no clock. Also hate to have to do it on defense, but no clock moving. You're coming right out of the 2-minute warning, and you just can't get communication and get yourself set. Hate to see that, but now here we go. 1st and 10 from the 16. Drop back to pass. Tannehill. He does it again. Fenton is right there. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. Tannehill tries. Oh, he had to tiptoe. He bounces off of a guy. He's going to go. Julio's going to try and DK Metcalf him, but Julio Jones is not DK Metcalf. He is way past his years. And Fenton is going to get the easiest pick six. Not really easiest. He had to fight for it. But he's going to get
I was about to say.
gifted a pick six because that ball should have not have gone there. And that will make it 13-0.
Oh man, Fenton, that was amazing. Had to take a different angle to go on ahead and make sure that Tannehill missed that, diving attempt at him. Misses, tiptoes, which slows him down. Almost gets AJ Brown on his, or whoever number 8 is. I don't even know.
It's whoever the return specialist is. It might.
Yeah,
is it Kane?
Is
it Deon Kane? Or is Deon Kane a different number?
This is where we look at my Madden.
Yeah, I don't remember who. I don't remember who number 8 is off the top of my head, but yeah. So 146. Tennessee does have all 3 timeouts, so they can go down and try and respond, but they're in a perfect position to at least make it a field goal game, and you just blow it again. So looking deep for the tight end, and Tannehill overthrows it. Man, that's another deep pass that was somewhat there. It was close, but you could argue that it's there and just sails it.
What the hell is this guy? Oh, why do I not have permissions? This is so weird.
For what?
I have no permissions to view any of the players.
Yeah, I don't know. I can be perfectly fine. Here, I'll attempt to find it. It's Tannehill.
It's either Zach Pascal or Tutu Atwell. One of those two.
You are on the Rams. Looking deep. Oh, he finds Bush this time. Right between the defense, and Tyrann Mathieu will bring down the big tight end. So 3 timeouts, only 43 now as Tannehill tries to get the troops to the line. And this clock run. Tannehill drops back. Got the short route to A.J. Brown, that's what he's going to go to, and tackled, but he will get out of bounds. They will give him the forward progress going out of bounds rather than stopping him inbounds. Is it Aaron Reed? Is that number 8?
It's
no, that's number
Whitaker.
1. Okay, so Deon Kane is not there. Is this camera angle? Tannehill going deep. He's got Whitaker. And they're going to say that he caught it. The ball does come out there at the end, but...
Hey, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Honestly, how the hell did he get down here this quick?
He hit to the tight end up the seam pretty easily after missing him on first down, and then that last play to Whitaker, the Alabama man, and almost Tannehill trying to make it a hat trick in this half alone. Falls incomplete, but he was not ready for that guy down in the flat on the running back.
Yeah, I really don't know what this camera angle is actually. It's honestly kind of nauseating.
And this is some funk. Second and 10 now, 18 seconds. They have all three of their timeouts. And A.J. Brown will fight through a tackle, and that's going to be on NFL fails as the attempted the attempted hurdle completely fails, but he will get out of bounds.
I was waiting for you to get to that point. AJ Brown really went flying.
It was a
I love
complete
those
goofball
animations.
moment, but
I love
goes
those
out of
animations.
bounds. I
Even
don't
though
know
it's a dog
why.
shit.
Just stay in bounds. You have three timeouts. Try and maybe fight your way forward for a couple more yards, and then just call your timeout. There's no reason not to.
Yeah, honestly, everybody in the league forgets to call their timeouts in the first
And
half.
they're gonna. Speaking
One
of,
of
they're
my
gonna have
largest
to
pet
call the
peeves.
timeout with no running clock, but you have three of them, so it's not gonna do a whole lot. Couldn't get the play call set, as Tennessee has a bit of a Las Vegas moment where they can't hear themselves in their own stadium. So now 3rd and a long 7. You can get a first down at about the 4. But obviously you're thinking end zone with only 12 seconds. But with 12 seconds, okay. Screw a pass. Let's do what got us down here. Derrick Henry from, what was that, 12 yards out?
Yep, 11 yards based on the down where they started the play at the 11-yard line. But nonetheless, that was a great little touchdown run there. Derrick Henry essentially went in untouched. That was a sad attempt by whoever number 38 was on the dive.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry just
Kansas
slid
City
and
was
slid right off him.
entirely looking past. They were not expecting a run. Caught them completely off guard, and now, unfortunately, probably should have gone in at 13-0. Oh my goodness, Patterson! Oh, he gets tripped up. He will get down to midfield, so this is going to be a pretty easy Hail Mary if you go for it. Or you've got the wind with you. Maybe you go for a field goal with Butker. They're going to try and break the current NFL record, not even the standard NFL record, as Tennessee probably going to smartly get a man back.
Kick it anyways. Do it. Harrison Butker.
Oh, yeah,
has
do
a
it.
fucking cannon of a leg.
From
You
68
have, like, 8
with
yards.
7-mile-an-hour winds behind you. You've
Do
got
it.
this. I think that
Fucking
Harrison
do it.
Butker can break the NFL record right now.
Nah, don't do that. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. What is wrong with you?
Says the guy that always does this.
Oh my god.
He has it there. Gray breaks it. Why is the man not blocking? He misses it. Gray's gonna take the fake all the way. You were saying don't do it. Okay.
She's the fuck out of here.
He did.
Illegal. That has to be illegal. You can't convince me otherwise. I didn't just watch that shit just happen. That man sidestepped him. That man sidestepped the
Oh,
city.
man.
Oh my god.
He did the loop-de-loop and pull on him.
Oh my god.
Did the loop-de-loop and then pull the chair. He pulled the fucking chair. He pulled the chair, the table, the whole fucking set down.
Oh my god. I was laying down, casting
Oh
right now. I
my
had to
God.
stand up. I had to
Two
stand
back-to-back.
up and
He
walk around.
almost gives up a touchdown to Patterson. Patterson should have been gone. I think if Cordero is probably about 2 years younger, that is a touchdown. And then on the other side, you give up a fake. You have one guy home to make the tackle, your return man, and unfortunately, the rookie Whitaker is he is no converted cornerback. I know that Alabama loves to take offensive guys and put them on defense, or defense and put them on offense, but Whitaker is not one of those guys. And he just slips the tackle pretty easily. As Tannehill can't hit a 40-yard bomb to a wide-open tight end, but he can, with Frank Clark in his face, he can hit A.J. Brown on the crosser pretty easily.
Sorry, I'm looking at Twitter right now.
Oh yeah, Twitter is going fucking nuts right now.
Oh my god. Uh,
This is why you don't switch off. You're really clicking off in a CFM game. You're really clicking off to give up
really though?
touchdowns.
Really?
Really?
Oh my god. Yeah, Kansas City has all the momentum right now, and it's not even gonna be close. I I can't believe that happened. And honestly, if he full kicked that, I think he makes the 68-yard field goal. I think he does. The wind was straight on into the uprights. Straight on. Oh man.
It's HBK joins us. I think HBK needs to get in on that.
That was amazing. Oh my god.
That was
I tuned in like 5 minutes ago and I see that beautiful play. I'm so proud.
that was such a dumb play call, but it accidentally worked.
And we got Kingle. No, don't do that. No, don't do that.
Even the man that is known for always calling fakes is pleading with him not to do it. He's pleading with him to hit the record at 68.
I really wish he hadn't seen that because I know he's gonna wheel that out at some point. At some point, he's gonna wheel that 68-yard fake field goal.
I think people might be.
100%.
You
You guys should not have let me watch that happen.
I think people are gonna start putting someone that actually can tackle a little bit as their return man, just in case. We've seen a kick six. What about a fake six? Oh my goodness.
Man, from what I've seen though,
And from what I've seen, Tennessee's offense has been non-existent, minus a couple of plays before that. Oh! I was about to say he completely misses it, and then he just, Bolton.
I wanted to avoid the spoiler,
That's
so I held my tongue a little bit.
I thought, whenever you said that, whenever I saw the play, I thought it was just referring to the defensive lineman just completely whooshing it. And then Bolton comes in and shows why you don't go to Mostert, you go to King Henry.
I was gonna say that Ryan Tannehill looks a little determined to throw multiple pick sixes in this game, and as I do, poor Raheem Mostert gets clobbered in the backfield.
Yeah,
oh man.
Oh, Raheem Mostert just got. Oh my God, he got his bell rung.
Tennessee has been thrown through a little bit of a loop here.
So Raheem Mostert thinks that he's back in San Francisco right now.
Yeah. I will say also, you got to say that Tennessee's lucky this game isn't worse because that first Chiefs drive should have been a touchdown if not for a ridiculous defensive tackle.
Yeah, honestly, you could say, oh, that was a bad pass. Looked like he had a guy over the middle, but instead he goes to the flat, which is covered 8 ways to Sunday. Had the in route over the middle.
Yeah, the out route too, going to the outside, the flood concept. Travis Kelce there. I mean, if the linebacker was the only one there, that's a free pass. That's free touch.
Now 3rd and 12. Keep an eye on Tyreek Hill. Yeah. He's pressed 1-on-1. Same thing for Isabella on the other side. Really depends on how these safeties play this.
You won't throw it to Hill.
I don't know. I said beforehand that they.
Running back's gonna be open.
Oh, he wasn't.
He was open.
He was, but it was a little late. Good coverage by number 9. So the fumble goes. The fumble goes for nothing. Okay, so I was talking to Andy Reid earlier. He did say that he was so afraid of getting Tyreek suspended that he doesn't want to just throw the bombs.
Yeah.
So whenever I told him that it's rack yards and not not total yards, he seemed to think, okay, maybe I can throw a few of those and then just mix in some slants and stuff, so I'm not just yeeting it.
It is very funny how you have to be conscious of those things. Very interesting.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct, HBK. The master of the cheese himself, cheese god himself. Speaking
Says-
He's got himself.
Says the guy that has
He's
his
got
quarterback and his wide receiver suspended right now.
Hey,
Says the
we
guy
don't
that
gotta
thinks
take
Matt Cassidy is doing nothing with them, but we won't talk about that.
look, I'm just saying.
Losing to the Lions with
right
Lutton
now,
in overtime. He could have kicked a field goal.
exactly. It was Ludden. I'm just saying.
Oh man, Honey Badger almost had his second. Tyrann
this was
Mathieu
not-
was in perfect position. He probably could have housed it. But things are really getting away from Tennessee. They're having to go to their air game, which really they don't. It's only a 13-point game. But for whatever reason, the offensive coordinator is thinking that we need to put this game in Tannehill's hands rather than just keep with the run game. We've got a quarter and a half to go.
This is one of those scenarios where I just think that
Oh
the
no.
Titans are a bit
Again,
rattled.
looking for Whitaker, and Tyrann Mathieu's going to get his second. He misses it once, but you test him again, and he gets it the second time.
The Titans have they've lost composure is the issue at this point. I think they're reeling from that fake field goal. I think is what's happened at this point.
Oh no, 100%. How do you not get reeled from that? You literally let up probably the best clip that we will ever see in a game cast like this. I can't believe that happened. I still can't believe it happened. I'm watching it back again.
We might see Hill eventually. Finally.
And Mahomes, we'll just check this down to Kelsey, but Kelsey gets a pretty easy first down. At this point, we might not see Hill because of the fact that the game's about to be so far out of the way.
The Chiefs their Chiefs retreat quite a bit once they get a lead.
Would you put Tyreek Hill in the slot?
You can. I'd say you can.
You can, but I think that he's much better on the outside than Mecole Hardman will ever be. So if you want to maximize the upside of both of your guys, you need to have Mecole in the slot because Mecole is never going to be an outside receiver, whereas Tyreek Hill, despite his size and his speed, he can play on the outside pretty well.
I'm just here for the cheese, man. I want to see a crosser to Tyreek Hill fucking butt naked. I root for this Kansas City Chiefs user, not the other one. The other one, sheesh. That man. Trash.
Your priorities are very out of line.
Oh man. Who else are we getting us in here? Oh. Hello.
Wow.
Oh, hello. Yeah, the younger brother as Mahomes. Okay. Kelsey had a free touchdown, and he just forgot that the sideline existed.
Mm-hmm. So is that fake field goal just the play of the year, like unquestioned at this point? I mean, it was kind of like the biggest momentum shift in this game for sure. It's a pretty big game.
This might be. I don't know.
I think that's the clip of the cycle.
I don't.
Hands down.
It's definitely the play of the cycle, but it might not be.
Oh my.
Simmons with the dive cheese, man.
Shit is.
He should not have been
absurd.
able to do that. So that's going to bring up 4th and 2, and offense not coming off the field. Would have expected a field goal to make it a 3-possession game, but well, actually, it would still be 2-possession, wouldn't
two.
he? Yeah.
Yep. Still 2. So this is, I think.
But
the
I mean,
smart
with as
decision.
many interceptions as Tennessee has thrown, why not just go ahead, kick the field goal, and add more points to make the offense think that they got to throw it even more? They're
Well,
pressing. Keep an eye on Isabella. Oh, the dive cheese again. He might have had Isabella. It would have been close. But he definitely had a guy over the middle. And I don't know why we're seeing a pause.
We are
He's
getting
mad.
a different quarterback warming up right now.
Tannehill's
running
getting
out onto the
benched.
field.
So word is in. Ryan Tannehill has been benched for Cole McDonald.
Who the fuck is Cole McDonald?
A 58 overall.
Oh.
Things are bad.
I know what that's like. I wouldn't be doing this if I was him.
The third-year man out of Hawaii, former 7th-round pick. Gonna try and make a Tom Brady moment happen. I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say it ain't happening. But McDonald, I mean, hey, you don't need to have it happen. Maybe you just put in McDonald so you handicap your offensive coordinator to run the goddamn football. If I have a shit quarterback, maybe I'll have to run it.
That was my thinking as well today. That's the loss, though.
It would have worked had you kicked a fucking field goal.
I was trying to win the game by kneeling it out.
You lost the game.
Herm Edwards is not a coach in the NFL anymore.
You lost it while kneeling?
No, he went for it whenever he went for it on 4th and 4. You were in there. Or no, you were playing the Super Bowl still. But yeah, 4th and 4, they came out in I formation to try and run for a first down. Don't get it. Give up a last-second field goal to go to overtime, and the Lions got the ball.
And then it was all
you can kind of connect the dots that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's got a man. He's gonna run it instead. The penalty's gonna be it's gonna be a hold. I'm assuming. Yeah, it's gonna be holding on the lawn. But he had a man deep. It looked like he had the crosser to him. I'm assuming that's Julio. It was either Julio or Brown one. But he had him deep and just never threw it.
He should have just thrown it away once he saw that
that flag.
that flag, because I'm not risking a pick or a fumble or anything there. That's get rid of that.
not with a former 7th-round pick.
Honestly, though, that was a nice little run, though. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the
run. Might be nice, but it was a really unnecessary risk, and I don't know why Bolton is just standing.
Yeah, Bolton just watches Julio. I mean, he watches Julio go by him, and he just said, "Hey, how's your day?"
Hey, man, sometimes it's hard to get used to the new set of rules, okay? I know I'm still having trouble with deciding when I can or when I should be running with receivers crossing me.
Mostert will get a 9-yard run as he does not get the Urban Meyer treatment and will get to run after that fumble. Granted, he's not the starting running back, but still, he was not relegated to the bench after that.
R.I.P. Matt Breida in real life. Fantasy god for 2 weeks and fumbles and never heard from again.
Yeah.
Things you hate to see? That.
I don't like this. You're pressed up one-on-one with Julio. Gonna be a play action. He's got Julio. He's gonna go that way and throws up a very bad pass. Yeah, Snead will easily get the pick. Julio is too busy pulling a Claypool to go make the tackle at the 2, so they will return it to the 17. That might be all she wrote.
What is he doing? It's 2nd and 1.
Well, I like the throw. I don't like the bullet.
And if you're gonna bullet, high pass bullet.
Why was that a bullet? Why was that not a lob or just a touch pass? Because that's Julio. If you throw it up in the air, that's Julio fucking Jones.
I think he's looking to air it out now. I'm gonna see what happens here.
And maybe try and put the final nail in the coffin.
I like the play call, if that's the case.
So 1st and 10 from the 17.
I hate that you know these play calls, you cheese bastard.
And run play. Simmons has it plugged up.
What do you think it takes to look at the play call screen and see 3 passes? What do you think? What do you mean? I want some insight into this offense.
Being omniscient.
I will say, you guys should be very, very happy that the playbook wasn't that this year's playbook wasn't in last year, because I am in love with this Chiefs playbook this year. Even better than last year.
I love the Chiefs playbook in 20.
Playbook?
No, this is the Chiefs. This is Kansas City playbook. I love the Kansas City playbook back in Madden 20. 2nd and 11, Mahomes drops back into his own end zone and fires one for Tyreek Hill that falls incomplete. Not a great throw, but I mean, look, I love Tyreek Hill on a linebacker as much as the next guy. Probably should have led that more to the sideline rather than up the field.
Yeah.
But now here you go, 5 wide, 3rd and 11. And not even going to be able to end the quarter on this if you don't pick this up.
I do understand the Chiefs are having a lot of trouble running the ball right now up the middle. Jeffrey Simmons and Hargrave are eating them alive, so it's...
Yeah. And on the sideline, he's going to find Hardman, but he's going to be short of the line to gain by about 2 yards.
Could have pitched it.
I go for it.
No, he can't. 4th and 2 on your own 24, you're not allowed to. It'd have to be inches from right there. So, punts it away, and now Tennessee's going to get it on their own 44 to throw another pick. That's not me being ahead. That's not me being ahead. That's just me that's just me assuming. I'm assuming that we're going to go ahead and see another pick. So, the arrow was not the problem. Maybe it was the Indian. Still seeing Cole McDonald in. No, we're still going to see the new arrow. We're going to give this off to Mostert up the middle, who will get about 9. Look, I love you trying to throw it all over the yard. You're not that kind of player. Like, stick to what has gotten you here. You got your 1 touchdown off of running the football. You ran it 7 times on the first drive before you threw a pick on just your 2nd passing play. Or actually, I think it was your 3rd, but whenever you ran the football, it was a 3rd and 7 that you ran from 12 yards out and got a touchdown. Why have you gone to throwing it? There's no reason. They haven't been able to stop you from running the football all day, minus the 1 Mostert fumble. As Derrick Henry gets just his 10th carry, and we're in the 4th quarter. He's run it 18 times. I think Mostert's gotten 8, and Henry's got 10. Why?
You remember that time at the beginning of the game where I said that I see both of these users combining for 60 carries? How wrong I was.
Yeah. If only you knew, as Mostert... They're finally going to go back to their bread and butter. Mostert gets his 9th touch, and he will get another 1st down. Look at this. You stick to the run game, and all of a sudden you're moving it up and down the field. It will.
I think what happened with Tennessee was they gave up the pick 6, and they felt like, I mean, even before then, they were just slinging it all over the place, feeling like they had to keep up with this Kansas City Chiefs offense, despite the fact that all really they had to do was control the clock themselves.
Yeah.
And force Kansas City into their own mistakes.
As Derrick Henry will shrug off a tackle and get 6 yards. I mean, look, if you score a touchdown,
do you not have Derrick Henry and use him like that?
If you score right here, you stop their offense, which, let's be honest, they're kind of being forced to throw the ball right now because their run game has been kaput. If you score, stop them, you get the ball back, you're only down 6 with however much time is left. You have completely sold this game, and yet you are still in it. Despite doing everything in your power to not be in it right now. And, not a great spot, but it's going to be 3rd and inches. It looked like Mostert got that, but I guess they're going to give him forward progress before.
Yeah, if this isn't a dive or a power O or some sort of run up the goddamn gut by Derrick Henry, I'm about to be pissed off. I do not want to see a stretch here. I do not want to see Raheem Mostert, Matt Breida,
we're not
none
going
of
to
that.
see Mostert. It's going to be Derrick Henry here on 3rd and inches. And it's going to be power running to the right. Henry's going to get the 1st down. Probably should have bounced that outside. He maybe goes for 6. But they will.
I actually don't think that was a power run. I think that was a stretch.
Yeah, it was a stretch. It was a stretch, but he did have the fullback right in front of him, so still pretty powerful running. It wasn't like he was just bouncing it outside and trying to get the edge. But
fair enough.
pretty easy 1st down as... Not sure why they're in big nickel here, but give up the middle to Derrick Henry. Finally, they stop him for only 3 yards. Compared to how much he's been running over them all game long. Giving up 3 is a plus side, even though for an offense 3 yards is a good run. And quick reminder, the Dolphins and the Bengals will be on right after this. They should be starting up here any second now, so he may be joining them in action. And that will be on Thursday Night Football, but now keeping our eyes glued here, 3rd and 5 from the 8. Okay, get a first down at the 3-yard line. Just 6 minutes to go in this game. Tennessee has all of their timeouts. And everything looks like it's swinging straight into the wheelhouse of Tennessee as Derrick Henry up the middle. Doesn't get a whole lot. It gets them to the 5, and you have to go for it at this point. You can't really afford to kick a field goal and make it a 10-point game. You need to lower this to 1 possession, despite how good your defense has been playing. Oh, I don't like this play call. Don't like this play call. You got 5 on 5 in the box. This could be Derrick Henry. It will be Derrick Henry, and yeah, right on cue. Right on cue. 5-man box. You're just inviting Derrick Henry into your end zone. Just right this way, big man.
I had a red carpet line ready for him and everything.
So now 6-point game. It's a 1-possession game, and all important, Tennessee hits the extra point.
It is important to know this Chiefs team is really, really struggling running the ball right now. So
yeah, so Cordero Patterson gets a chin full of elbow grease right there. He will still get to about where it would have gone if it had gone out of the end zone. But yeah, the Chiefs can't really run the football. So if Tennessee's able to stop their passing game, I think they've been doing a good job of stopping the run. The only downside is if you let them get open over the top, things could be a scary.
Let him score one more time and it's over, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Back to pass. He's got Kelsey over the middle, who will shrug off a couple of tackles before getting close to the marker. They will give it to him.
That's ridiculous. That was big man shit right there.
Yeah. Travis Kelsey channeling his inner Derrick Henry. Yeah, this is really the downside for Kansas City right now. You're kind of forced to throw the football, which is what you don't want to do. You don't want to put yourself in a Atlanta Falcons situation. And first down play call here, going over the top to Hill, falls incomplete, right through his hands, and it was.
Yikes!
Have to admit that was a very, very good throw by Patrick Mahomes. Just one that Tyreek couldn't quite haul in. It was very good coverage by the secondary.
$26 million, I think, that needs to be making that catch. That is an easy catch. You couldn't ask for a better throw.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I would have to see a replay again, but I think that was just really good play by the defense. So 2nd and 10 here, 4:31 left on this clock. Mahomes in the gun with Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. Drops back. Oh my goodness. Nope. Okay. You have perfect coverage on Tyreek Hill to completely forget about Tyreek Hill. Coming right back. Nobody covers the out route by Tyreek Hill. They cover Isabella pretty well, but just a bunch of people over the middle, and nobody thought that Tyreek Hill was going to be a problem. So first down up near midfield. So they're in perfect position for a fake field goal.
Oh my. That was kind of
Drop back. Oh. Quick pass to Kelsey goes nowhere for an incompletion. Kelsey wasn't ready for it. I don't think the linebacker was ready for it.
Luckily, that was
a pseudo spike, if you will. Still a 6-point game here. 4.5 minutes left in this fourth quarter. Keep an eye on Tyreek Hill. And it's gonna be. It's not covered. He doesn't go that way, but he does have a wide open Travis Kelce. But still, it's Tyreek Hill. That's a touchdown. I'm sorry, but like if that's a good throw, that's a touchdown. And nobody can convince me otherwise. The safety is not getting into position.
I'm just saying.
He will not throw it. That's all. It's just not happening.
I think it's just so he had they had such a problem early on last year with the turnover bug trying to kind of force the deep ball to Hill that I think that if anyone's there, they're just so afraid of the play being made that they don't want to run the risk of it. And we're going to see a run play here. RPO and Edwards Hilaire. Really good blocking there to get up to the 9. And get up 9 yards upfield. I didn't mean to the 9. I meant to get 9. But ball on the 18. That's the first good run since probably about the second quarter. Maybe first quarter. I don't remember how good they were running in the second. 2nd and inches as Patterson's going to check into the backfield now. Mahomes, I'm sorry, but you're not going to quiet down this crowd in Nashville. They are on their feet right now. They want their offense to get a chance at this game. Stretch run to Patterson. He doesn't get a whole lot. Actually, he does fall forward for about 3, but he will get the first. He got hit pretty early on, but he would have gotten the first even if he got stood up right there. But yeah, good running there. Kind of surprised that in your short yardage package, you put Patterson on the field.
Yeah, it's a bit surprising.
Definitely.
But he did a lot against the Jaguars as well, so this is part of his MO.
And letting this clock run, I'm going to assume that they're just going to let this run down to 1 and take a timeout. Yeah, they will.
Yep.
So they're going to use their second timeout, just 1 remaining. But you've got about 1 play before the 2-minute warning, and then Tennessee's going to have to call timeouts.
Haha, yeah, here I am back. Sorry, I was munching just a little bit on the all great McDonald's chicken nuggets with a little bit of Sprite. And, don't be a hater. Chicken nuggets are undefeated, y'all.
McDonald's Sprite.
Oh,
McDonald's
fuck
nuggets are awful.
And give
you're
up the
a
middle to
fucking hater.
Patterson, goes nowhere. Harold Landry was all over that one, lost at 3.
There's only one good fast food chicken nugget, and it is a Wendy's chicken nugget. Okay.
Talking about if you say fucking
I
Burger
will-
King,
I
I'm
will-
going to
I
fucking
said
fly.
Wendy's. I said Wendy's.
Wendy's are really
Oh,
good,
you
but I
said
will also
Wendy's is the
argue.
only good chicken
I
nugget.
will also argue that Chick-fil-A makes really good nuggets.
Well, I don't count Chick-fil-A because Chick-fil-A is like Jesus.
You get a
Like,
fucking.
it's
You get a
fast
fucking.
as-
Chick-fil-A is
though.
not fair. Yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah.
It's
True.
the same category as things like In-N-Out and like fucking
Being,
Five Guys.
being
and shit
from
like that.
Alabama and Houston, I've never had In-N-Out. There's never been an In-N-Out around me.
No, Wendy's is the only good fast food nugget. McDonald's nuggets are like, it's like someone ate some nuggets and then vomited them back up and then refried them.
So
Yeah, you're a hater.
2nd and 13 now from their own 8 or from the Tennessee 18. Keep in mind a field goal should, to a certain extent, put this one out of reach, but they're going to go quick to Kelce. Kelce cuts up field, close to the first down marker. They give it to him. So 1st and goal. Tennessee still has all 3 of their timeouts. They will call their first one here now.
That's the game. It's over, barring a fumble.
Yeah. I mean, they can't kneel it out, but even if they just took their knees and kicked a field goal, it would be a 9-point game. So you're forcing Tennessee to have to drive down the field twice. And keep in mind, they can only stop it twice, so 3rd down. You're more than likely going to get it down to probably, about 40 seconds-ish, maybe less, for them to get 9 points. That's a tall order.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of a tall order if they kill the
well,
clock and end up.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Patterson is going to run this one in up the middle as the defense decided to go all out on trying to stop it, and they went to every hole except for the one that Patterson ran up.
I was super behind then. I had click live and I was like, I thought I was right there with you guys. Never fucking mind.
So that's going to make it a
Jesus.
13-point game, and we're kind of just waiting on the fat lady to sing about this time now.
I think he has to kneel it here, actually. Wouldn't he have to?
No, he
I
doesn't.
mean, because, all right, so he gets a touchdown. He kicks it onside. Then we get kneels if he doesn't recover.
Yeah.
Okay.
And unless if Kansas City gets the ball back, then we're going to see kneel downs. Otherwise, we're still good to go.
Then why did he call a timeout? What was the point of that?
He didn't. Oh, Kansas City did. Okay, you're a little
Yeah.
ahead of me.
Oh, damn you, YouTube. Damn you. Damn you and your finicky bullshit. And speaking of finicky bullshit, Frank's Red Hot. Apparently the only true original buffalo sauce.
So 146 to try and get 13 points. They really need another miracle, but it's not going to come whenever Derrick Henry is getting tackled in the backfield. Chris Jones finally shows up and decides to stop a run play. So 2nd and 11. Got the tight end over the middle. That's where he's going to go. Bush makes one guy look silly, and he'll get across the midfield stripe. Got to go fast now. I know you got 2 timeouts, but my goodness, you're down 13. Time is of the essence right now. Donald drops back, fires a bad ball. That's going to be it. Fenton will get his 2nd of the day now, and Fenton shrugging off guys again.
That was Derrick Henry he shrugged off. I don't know how the hell he did that one.
Fenton shrugged off a specialist last time. He shrugs off Derrick Henry this time. Apparently Fenton stronger than you think. But that right there is going to go ahead and do it for us here in Tennessee. As I'm going to assume we're going to see kneel downs. We will. We'll stay on for the last kneel down before we take you out to Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, where we will be seeing the 2-7 Miami Dolphins take on the 3-6 Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, now to be fair, the Bengals and the Dolphins both have one thing in common. They're the only 2 teams that have beaten the New York Jets. Also, Cincinnati, one of their other 3 wins has been they're the only team to knock off the Baltimore Ravens. So, while it looks like a mediocre Thursday night game, both teams have potential. They've showed it. Now they just got to go out there and live up to their own potential. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead, cut off the Sunday night stream. Thank you guys for tuning in. We will be right back in about probably just a couple of minutes with Thursday Night Football. Stay tuned. Keep your eyes on RZSN. We will be right back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.